many people in South Africa that can't afford to buy a home, and they just don't have the ability to put an inverter inside a home that they've rented or they're staying in temporarily. So this unit is designed to provide a home user with power that is safe and able to be plugged straight into a main socket. So if you, for example, I'm just leaning down, here's the power cord for this 3000 watt ESS, and you'll see on the one end it's got a normal South African power plug, and on the other end it's going to plug in here. And what makes this important to emphasize is that no electrician or certification is required to use this solution. You plug it straight into the mains, and it's limited to 3000 watts so that it can't overload any circuits inside your house when it's charging the batteries. So what we have here is a 3000 VA 2400 watt ESS system for home use. It's fully portable. You won't pick it up very easily, but you can see it's on wheels, which are lockable. It also has an LFP battery inside, and there are two models, one with a 2560 watt hour battery and one with a 5120 watt hour battery, which is a huge amount of capacity. Such a large battery allows you to run all your devices. You can even run a kettle, some home appliances, and even a hairdryer off this unit. But it's really designed to keep your home going through load shedding cycles, so you can almost live normally inside your house. It's a pure sine wave inverter. Again, it is very simple to operate. It's got an on-off button, which I know is there somewhere. It's got a little LCD display, and it's got 4 plugs, as you can see. 2 groups of plugs are separately isolated, which means if you overload one group of plugs and your TV and your routers on the bottom one, it won't trip that one out. So it allows you some form of segregation of the load. Then at the back, you've got an earth leakage, which is unheard of in any ESSs, but for SANS regulations, we need an earth leakage. So it's built into the unit, and a DC battery isolator is built in. And you can close this so that if your toddler's running around or whatever, they can't easily turn it off. You've got solar input on this one. If you want to complement it with solar, there's your solar input. And you've got communications with a computer if you want to monitor it. So very, very simple unit. Again, it's got no USB ports for your turn it back around. You'll notice I can maneuver it quite easily. No USB ports. If you want USB, you plug in a mains to USB adapter to charge your phone and to charge your laptop or whatever you want to do. So what makes this very unique is that it's designed from the ground up for the purpose of powering your home as safely as possible. Okay. And when you leave the home that you've rented, you can take it, put it in your car, and take it to your next residence. So this is really the biggest portable power solution you can have in a South African home that plugs into normal mains sockets. Anything bigger than this needs to be wired in by an electrician. So when you buy this unit, the only cost you have is the price you're paying for the unit. This is our 3000 VA 2400 watt home ESS system. Okay. Some of you might ask, why 2400 watts and not 3000 watts? The reason being is if you're drawing 2400 watts with the power from this unit and you're trying to charge the batteries, the battery charger will be using 1000 watts internally, plus your 2400 watts that you're using for your appliance is 3400 watts, and that's the maximum that you're allowed to pull from a normal mains socket. Okay, so if we made it 3000 watts RMS, which is 3000 watts, and we had to charge the batteries, we draw 4000 watts, which would cause your socket to overheat and cause your upstream breakers to trip. All right.
So Bobby, please will you comment on the solar aspect of this unit?
Okay. Well, I'll do. I think the reason why we've added solar to the bigger unit is that these can be used in rural areas, and one of the purposes of its design is to be used in areas where there may not be mains. So you need an alternate means of charging. So you can plug some solar panels into there, and it will give you a 50 amp charge capability, which means that you can charge up this battery and solar under full power within two and a half hours. And if, for example, you don't want to use the mains exclusively to charge or the solar exclusively, you can actually do it together. So you can partially charge from solar and partially charge from mains. So this one has a solar capability, and it can be used for your cottage or your cabin, or maybe if guys are lucky enough to have them in their caravans or RVs. It's also a nice unit to be used under those conditions.